Hi everyone, this is Perfume Coast, so welcome to my channel. Today we've got part 9 of series dedicated to underrated perfumes in my collection. And this video is dedicated to rose-forward perfumes. So without further ado, let's dive straight into the ocean of perfumes. And the first perfume I'd like to introduce to you is called Savoy Steam by Penhaligon. But let me say straight away that rose-forward scents are not really my favorite profile. However, that in itself doesn't necessarily mean that I do not keep quite a few in my collection, which I religiously keep and now would like to share with you guys. So let's take a look at the notes that Fragrantica is giving us here. So on the top we've got eucalyptus, rosemary, pink pepper, mint, bergamot and lemon. In the middle there's rose, tea, geranium, hedione and cardamom. And finally in the base there's white musk, vanilla, benzoin and incense. Well, this one starts off with this beautiful combo of aromatic and floral accords. This is your eucalyptus and rose in equal parts, 50-50. So at one point in time you are detecting more herbaceousness and at another point in time this sweet powdery rose. So also what's quite characteristic to the scent is that it's overload of steamy accords, which probably is coming from cardamom and incense. It's the likes of the spa, specifically hammam. And as the scent progresses, the two accords sort of blend into the single third dimension note or accord, whereas neither rose or eucalyptus really dominate. So as the scent sits, the steaminess gets amplified, fully corresponding to its name, the name of fragrance, Savoy Steam. It's indeed this expensive spa at the Savoy Hotel. So in the deep dry down, this herbaceous rose starts to stand out. Also, the bottle is quite cute, I think, with this bow in the forward with the towel around the cap. So it's done in the best tradition of niche creations, I think, almost comparable to the music piece or piece of literature, where you have your introduction, development, culmination and epilogue. So next up is designer's creation by Paul Smith, and this one is called Women. I'm not sure whether it's still in circulation because this scent is quite old. It goes back to as early as 2000 somewhere. So let's take a look at what Fragrantica is giving us here. So on the top, what we've got here is pink pepper, blackcurrant, bergamot, mandarin orange, clementine and pear leaf. In the middle there's rose, freesia, green tea, geranium and lily of the valley. And finally in the base there's cedar, vetiver, tonka bean and patchouli. So this is a creation of famous perfumer Nathalie Lawson. It's dewy and clean rose, rose that's also powdery and translucent. It almost gives you this watery effect as well. It's also gentle pink rose that you may see in your morning garden with the dewdrops on the petals. But because of the powdery accord, it's not juvenile at all, although of course it could be worn by all age groups in my view. So the powderiness is eventually joined by bitterness that makes the scent even more complex and sophisticated, but also all seasonal, because in summer it could appeal because of all the dewiness and freshness that rose gives it. And in colder season it's quite appealing because of all the powderiness that this scent has to it. Also what's worthwhile mentioning is this scent is quite woody, especially in the dry down, where woodiness really gets amplified, creating this, complexity, and woodiness also grounds the scent, which provides this fragrance longevity. Next up is yet another designer release about the rose, which is, called Toy 2, belonging to the line of toys by the brand Moschino. So this one is done by late perfumer Olivier Pechot, and let's take a look at the notes now. So according to Fragrantica, what we've got here are quite numerous notes, I'd say. So it's candied fruit, bitter orange and lemon. In the middle we've got bubblegum, Bulgarian rose, peach blueberry, peach blossom, cinnamon and ginger. And finally in the base there's white musk, ambroxan and cedar. So this one, apart from the rose, has this distinct bubblegum accord. And of course, we've seen quite a few releases dedicated to the bubblegum accord, such as coming from the houses of Kayali or Montal. But this one, to me, is the most photorealistic bubblegum forward perfume in the opening. So it starts off with this classic sweet pink, slightly powdery bubblegum. In minutes time it becomes more rose forward scent, where rose starts to unfold sort of. It's this bubblegummy background that never disappears and remains quite strong till the very dry down. An interesting fact is how the rose unfolds, because you realize that it's not that the rose replaces bubblegum, which is in the beginning. However, this bubblegummy start, it just contains this rose note already. And that rose note unfolds gradually and becomes brighter and brighter. And what you're left with effectively is this sweet, jammy rose. And closer to deep dry down, it transforms completely into this almost solitary, fresh, dewy rose with a just touch of sweetness. So roughly speaking, this scent can be divided into two parts. First one is fun part that's all about bubblegum, and the second part is more about this grown-up mature scent, which is all about the rose. Overall, the scent is cross-seasonal, all-weather scent, leaning more in the feminine direction in my view because of all the sweetness and powderiness. And finally, yet another designer release dedicated to the rose. It's the release by Valentino brand, and the perfume is called Donna. So although it was released quite a while ago, and that's when it was quite popular, I do not hear an awful lot about this scent anymore, which is a big shame because as far as I can understand, it's still very much in circulation. However, let's take a look at the notes that Fragrantica lists here. So what we've got with this one is bergamot and grapefruit on the top. In the middle there's iris, Bulgarian rose, praline and mahonio. And finally in the base there's leather, vanilla and patchouli. So this fragrance opens up with something different to rose. So you have to wait a bit for your rose to appear. So it opens up with this powdery iris, and iris gives you also a hint of suede, which is probably, connected with leather. But I do not detect leather so much, but rather suede here. And suede gets amplified as the scent progresses. So this iris together with suede makes the scent this beautiful and classic combo, and throughout it all there comes a rose eventually that's wrapped up in this great concoction of iris and suede. This scent is quite unisex because to men it could be appealing because of the presence of suede and iris combo, and women may like it because of the presence of iris and rose, of course. This scent is also cross-seasonal in my view, and it can be worn both as day or evening wear. So this is the last scent for today's video, guys. If you've liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. Please provide your comments, if any. I'm really curious. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.